What up, ninjas? It's your boy Naptownninja AJ, coming at you from an undisclosed location for a very special edition. We back with that What Up Wrestling, y'all. I'm right here with the homie, Btheninja, as always.
What up, y'all? And man, like always, I'm super excited today because we have a very special guest, a fucking wrestling legend in Indianapolis. And I mean, the accolades and credentials can go on and on and on and on and on. So, without further ado, I introduce to you, true tradition, Rob Kincaid.
I think he was about to mess it up here, and yes, it is I. It's Rob Kincaid. What's going on? Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, thanks so much for coming on the show. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me.
Big
Thank you so much.
Big fans. We heard a lot about you, and
Absolutely.
we've done a lot of research for this. And as a matter of fact, for those of you that you wouldn't know this until right now, I was at 9 Champions ringside. Thanks to Steve Dunn. You're the shit. Appreciate you for that. I was leaving, and I ran into him on the street, and I was like, "Are you Rob Kincaid?" And he was like, "I am." And I turned into like a fucking little girl. I was like, "Oh my god, I want to talk to you." And so
I'm normal.
he gets that, so he was cool with it.
I'm used to it.
And now here we are. And so without further ado, I'll jump right into it, man. I guess
Absolutely.
I gotta ask, like I ask everybody, what got you introduced to wrestling? What's your first memory of wrestling?
I'll be very honest with you. I was a very big fan of the characters, and it's so cool that characters are actually making it popular again. Characters is what makes us big fans, and characters is now bringing wrestling full circle. You know, like the Bomb Shelter, Zodiac, and Joseph Schwartz. Those are real characters that you can actually believe in, that you can get behind. The police department, Officer Rod Street, and Deputy Dave, and Lieutenant Eva. Those are names that you can believe in.
And I'm actually a fan of his gimmick too.
Yeah, me too.
I got to see that, and like, he was like, there was at one point in time, he was like, he pulled my hair, and the ref went and got onto the dude about it.
Because he had no hair.
And then he goes, "Wait a minute, you have no hair." And I was totally sold, man. I was like, this is fucking awesome. So we got to check out the show for CCW, Circle City Wrestling.
NWA, Circle City Wrestling.
That show was actually a charity show, right? At the one that did Decatur Central.
That was that event was actually in the summertime. We had a benefit, and that was well put together. Unfortunately, it was summertime. There was a big fair going on, and we did what we could. The school did what we could. So I mean, it was what it was, and hopefully next year we can try again. But then again, we still have NWA Circle City Wrestling, and we will, continue on and, do the best that we can with all of our events, hopefully, So.
At least that's the goal.
That is the goal.
Awesome.
If you guys missed it, you can check it out right here on our channel. We got most of the matches.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
With commentary by none other than your boy Naptownninja AJ and Btheninja. So be sure to check that out. Some good matches.
Oh yeah,
Good
Absolutely.
matches.
absolutely.
And us seeing that is what sold us on the product, and we're like, you know what, man, this is something we can totally back.
Absolutely.
And that was the first time that we had seen you, and you came out with the big leather jacket, you had the cowboy hat, and I think you had on like the American flag tights, which
Yes,
I really loved.
those are my camo and American flag ties. Those are very seasonal. Those I can wear for Memorial Day right there for the 4th of July, which ironically the event was in July, right down to Labor Day. Those are very patriotic, and I like most of my outfits. I try to be seasonal. I try to be fashion forward, and I think a lot of wrestlers should be fashion forward. Be yourself, wear something that represents you. And I'm still very throwback. I'm the king of throwback. Just be you, and you can go a long way. I like the tassels. I was a big Ultimate Warrior fan, and that is to go back to your first question. What got me into professional wrestling? That is to go back to your question. I was a kid watching the Ultimate Warrior, watching the Texas Tornado, Kerry Von Erich. That's where I get my boot tassels from. I was a big Kerry Von Erich fan. I mean, if you were a fan of Texas wrestling,
Right.
you seen all those guys down in the actual southern, territories wearing those boot tassels.
Some good ones.
That's where I incorporated that.
I'm a Southern wrestling fan.
Exactly.
I really am.
Inside info, my character, WWE 2K16, my career mode. Did you ask me the other day, man, why you dude got the tassels and shit? Right? My dude's got the tassels on his legs and on his arms. Right there. Y'all heard it back in the
Your
day.
character on WWE 2K16 is from me? Wow.
Well, he has it's not necessary, but he has the tassels.
He has
that's
the
why
tassels.
He has the tassels.
You got the
Yeah,
tassels.
Yeah, I rock that.
True story. I got the tassels from a person a legendary tag team here in the area from the High Rollers. Dicey and Ronnie Vegas, Austin James, and Superstar TJ Powers. That's where I got the tassels. But I really got the tassels also from people that I grew up on TV watching, which was Randy Savage and the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
That's where I got that concept as well. But then
both of those legends.
But I mean, they had awesome outfits, but then you see guys at these, events back when you're, 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, like Austin James, like Dice Man Ronnie Vegas, like Superstar TJ Powers, like Bobo Brazil Jr., like Andy Shane, and the list goes on and on and on. Hell, I seen even, Flash Flanagan, back when he was a baby.
Nice.
It's just, I mean, I seen these guys, Rip Rogers, I seen these guys wear tassels. That was a thing in the early '90s. Back when I was a baby getting in this business, I seen it.
And speaking of that, how did that come about? What got you into the business?
Interesting enough, there was a guy named Jeff Cohen. And I was a kid, I would go to the events. It was CWA, I think. And then there was PWI, Pro Wrestling International, with Diamond Dan Garza and Quicksilver, Keith Goldsby. There was also Mike Samples and Rip Rogers with the first Circle City Wrestling that I was a part of back in '94. Gopher Boy,
Nice, that's back.
That's back when I was a baby getting started in the business.
And what was that like back then,
Well,
man? Like getting into because the business has obviously changed.
That's when you see Al Snow with a mullet, and that's when you see Kane before he was Kane.
When he was like Isaac Yankum?
No, but way before that, he was Master of Pain, or he was like Unabomb. He was Unabomb with the spiked mullet.
Yep. I just watched the match on WWE.
But
Wasn't he Isaac Yankum too?
I think so, but he had this dominatrix mask or something.
Yeah.
It was
And
something
blonde
like
hair.
that.
I just watched him and Undertaker have a match on WWE Network. It said it was a hidden gem. I watched it and I was like, okay, now explain this. Why, when he fought him, did he take one tombstone? But then when we seen him fight Kane,
It took three.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Anyway,
Not to get on that. But y'all check it out.
so that's how you got into the business, and then, I mean, from there, man, you got accolade after accolade. We were talking a little bit. You said you've been, as far as Japan, you've been into Mexico, WWE, WCW.
I've had like a lot of tryouts, and I don't really talk about it. I've been to a lot of different places. I've done a lot of things. I've seen a lot of things. now it's my time to try to help those. It's my time to, try to, share my wisdom, share what I can give to those people that, might have that next, gift. Because there's so many talented people out there, like a Jonathan Wolf, like a Sean Kemp, like Miles Morales, like the Brotherhood. The list goes on and on and on. I mean, there's so many gifted guys. Dallas Davidson's another guy, somebody that I respect. I mean, there is so many talented guys out there that can make it in this business. It just, you gotta have the heart, you gotta have the passion, you gotta have the dedication to make it. So, and if I can help them, I can help them.
I dig it. I dig it.
So CCW, Circle City Wrestling, carries on that proud NWA tradition, right?
We try, but you have to be modern. You have to keep up with times. You have to have a mixed bag, and I don't care who you are. If you try to keep it too modern, then people get up and leave and get bored. If you keep it too old school, like your mom and pop wrestling, like 70s, 80s, and maybe some mid-90s stuff, that's...
For those of you that don't know, that was a lot of pro style back then. It was a lot of holds, and it was a lot of working a body part, and it was a lot of... That's when people were emotionally involved in wrestling,
Yes.
I think, because you were waiting for that high spot. I mean, it was just so many different, so... Motherfuckers, do your research, man. That's what he's talking about. That's what he means by it.
Exactly. The younger demographic from maybe from 17 and younger are not going to buy it, and then maybe get up and leave the crowd or turn the TV channel. And a lot of people don't know what TV wrestling is compared to event arena wrestling. Two different styles, totally different. So again, you have to cater to different audiences, and that's something that I know, something that I've learned on being on the road, being at different events, being in different territories, being in different towns, being in different countries. Yes, people, being in different countries. That's something that I have done, that I can help with. Okay, so let's face it, I've done it all. What more can I do? Am I going to go back to WWE? Probably not. Am I going to, accomplish more than what I have done? Maybe a little bit more on the production side of things, but I'm not going to get a big contract. Let's face it. So I can offer what I can from becoming a sponge and soaking up the knowledge that I've gained, and help the next young and up-and-coming, student of the game.
Right.
And give them that knowledge so they can better their self or better their career, and maybe they can learn from me, and they can get that big money contract to be the next superstar, to be the next WWE champion, or be the next WWE Women's Champion, or TNA champion, or whatever their heart desires. Whatever that they wish to become. That's what I want. And what else I want is to, cater to an audience that really appreciates what we're doing. Do we make a lot of money off of this? No, we don't. But we would like to pay the bills too and keep it going. So, families and everyone of all ages, all race, there's no color barrier. Everyone's equal. So they can come and watch a great show at a reasonable price.
Absolutely. So now you're not so much in-ring performing now as you are booking and promoting and, pushing this newer talent and coaching guys. What's that like as opposed to what you were doing before? How does one make the transition from selling tickets, I guess, to selling tickets?
That's a very good question. Well, it's not so hard because I try not to wrestle at my events. I know what my job is. It is to make sure that the customers or the fans are happy. You know, because I wrestle around the circuit, but I take on a limited schedule. You know, you have to. I mean, you pretty much have to nowadays. So, but this 2017 schedule, you know, I have to take a lesser schedule because my time is near the end. Now it's time to work on the business side of things. So transitioning ain't so much hard, you know, because now it's time to, you know, put my time and effort, you know, where it needs to be, you know. So I know my time is pretty much done, but also in return, I think it's now time to just really, you know, put my time and energy into building up the younger talent, you know, honestly.
I dig it. I dig
Yeah.
it. Now, you guys got some upcoming shows, starting with the 16th, right?
October 16th, I think, is really going to be a special treat. There have been like a lot of fans that have asked, you know, what big name is going to be on the card, and honestly, I mean, there's really not, like, you know, like your Billy Guns or your Abysses or, you know, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. But you have Sexy Sean Casey, former WWE superstar, former, you know, OVW star, I mean, international champion, you know.
Conway's on it too.
Yes, absolutely. Former NWA two-time World Heavyweight Champion and current NWA, you know, World Tag Team Champion. One half of the Iron Empire, Rob Conway. He's definitely going to be in the house.
Yeah,
So.
we're definitely excited, and What Up Ninja has definitely been promoting that show as much as possible.
Yeah, make sure to come.
Yeah, y'all gotta check that shit out. It's October 16th. Doors open
At 4 o'clock. Special doors open at 4 o'clock. Start time, free for all begins at 5 because you are going to see the free for all. Now, those are special matches that start right before the show kicking off at 6 o'clock. You know, that is the aftershock event, and that starts at 6 o'clock. But 5 o'clock is a free for all. We have 3 special attraction matches, and one of those matches, the main event of the free for all, which starts at 5 o'clock, that is yours truly, 2017 Indiana Hall of Famer and Indiana icon, True Tradition Rob Kincaid. Okay, former 3-time NWA United States Heavyweight Champion, former 3-time NWA World Television Champion, taking on Indiana icon, Indiana legend. You know, he's held every major, you know, wrestling championship in this Midwest regional territory. That is Itch Weeder. And let me just tell you, Itch, I respect you. I have seen you on many events. I have been on your events for Ringside Wrestling Federation out of Danville, Indiana. When no one believed in True Tradition Rob Kincaid, back when I was a young and up-and-comer, back when they said everything about me, back when I was a part of Locked and Loaded with Skip Radisson, back when, you know, I was a multiple-time tag team wrestling champion. You know, you give me a shot. That was then, this is now. You're a legend, you're an icon of this area. Well, I'm a 2017 Hall of Fame inductee. I'm a 3-time NWA United States Heavyweight Champion. I'm a 3-time NWA World Television Champion. I'm also the Heritage NWA Champion. So Itch Weeder, you know, unfortunately I've wrestled you one time, and our paths have never crossed, except for being in the dressing room with each other. Now I think it's time to give the fans what they want. You've got 30 plus years, I've got 22. You know, you might be in your 40s, I'm still in my 30s. So now it's time to put up and shut up. Down to this Indiana Hall of Fame legend, Rob Kincaid, on the 16th of October. And I don't know how I'm going to end it, but I know I'm going to end you in the process.
Heard it here first. Exclusive.
Words of a true champion.
And a true Indiana icon,
Hall of Fame. That's awesome, man.
Dan Skippy.
What a fucking accomplishment.
All right, so I'm gonna steal your question because this is what I'm wrestling. Just because I'm stealing it.
No, the fuck you're not.
I'm stealing it
I swear
right
to God,
now.
dude. I don't give a fuck whose
I'm
house.
stealing it.
Dude. You're not gonna
I'm not
fucking
asking it like Be the Ninja. I'm asking it.
Sorry,
I'm gonna say this
I
while I do it.
get like a little intense.
I'm gonna say this while I do it.
No, hey, do you fuck with
Do you,
wrestling?
fuck you, man.
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you.
Do you follow the big product, like the
TNA,
I guess the TV, the WWE?
I try to watch. You know, I try to watch it. You know, as much as I can.
It's so time consuming sometimes.
It can be when
5 hours right at the beginning of
when
the
you
week.
do have a lot of things to do in your life.
I feel like Raw should go back to 2 hours. I mean, why is it still 3 and
There's just
SmackDown's
too
2?
much things to get in when you have a lot of those wrestlers nowadays. So.
Which you're all paying them fat ass guaranteed contracts too, so you better fucking use them as much as you can. But that's another note. So make sure you check that shit out. He's gonna be on the card. You fucking heard it. He's gonna kick some ass.
Free for all, and that begins at 5 o'clock at German Park.
That's right.
8600 South Meridian.
That's actually, I feel like that's a loaded card actually, because if I'm not mistaken, there's gonna be Joey the Kid Owens versus Mike King.
Yeah, that is the main event of Aftershock, and that starts at 6 o'clock.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
that's gonna be amazing. Also,
That is gonna be a good match.
Scotty Vortex makes his return. Naptown Dragon, former CZW, that's Combat Zone Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion. Scotty motherfucking Vortex. And yes, I'm cussing, I know. Scotty MF and Vortex makes his return. You know, and
That's
it's for
probably
the
our favorite
NWA. I'm excited about Scott Vortex, man.
we're
Scotty
excited too,
Vortex.
man. That's
I'm
it's all
ready
we
for that.
talk about.
Yep.
Like it is. So make sure you guys fucking check that
So
shit
it's
out.
perfect.
There's
It's
upcoming
perfect.
shows.
It's perfect. 5 o'clock. Show starts.
We're gonna be there at
We're gonna be there probably about 4. So
yeah,
come
we're gonna be there
fucking
at
find
4,
Naptown's
and we'll
favorite
fucking be
stoners
there.
at 420
And then come to the wrestling
and
show.
get right, and then go to the wrestling show.
Yeah,
That's how you do that.
that is fucking absolutely what's up. So since he stole my question, I'm gonna steal his question.
Okay.
I stole it, but you.
You know, you're busy, you're doing this, and you're doing that, and you
Do you ever find time for video games? See how I did that, motherfucker? See how you just pulled that shit on me?
Bullshit.
I'll be real honest with you. I watch him, I don't play him anymore.
Fair enough.
Last time I watched a video game, I was going over to, ironically, Joey Owens' house, and I was watching his son, Jonathan Wolf,
Which is also
the NWA Junior Heavyweight, I'm sorry, NWA Circle City Junior Heavyweight Champion.
he will also be there October 16th.
That's right. He was playing this one. I think it was Call of Duty Black Ops, but then he switched out for this NBA game, and I'm like, they look cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the graphics.
Yeah.
Man, from Super Nintendo.
It was really cool.
Insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super. What about Nintendo? Atari, bro?
Yeah. We came a long way from.
We have.
Nice, nice.
It was really nice.
So now you're pretty much just focused on coaching and promoting and stuff.
Yeah.
That's really cool,
Yeah.
man. Like, and then I was gonna ask, but you kind of already gave it to him. You're being inducted into the Indiana Hall of Fame.
Yes,
Credentials.
Bobo Brazil Jr. This year was wanting to do something a little bit different. And I was like, and he approached me and was like, hey, I'd like to induct you not only into the MCIW New Breed Hall of Fame, but, you know, we're putting you in the Indiana Hall of Fame. I'm like, are you sure about that? I'm a little young. Well, you are, but you're not. I think that you are what we want, and also you've done a lot for this area, Rob. You don't know what your contributions to this area speak volumes, Rob. You have done a lot for this area. I'm like, wow, thank you, Bobo. you know, but then also Joey Owens has done that much as well. But then also there are a list of other guys too, and I was like, Bo, you know, if I'm getting in there, if Joey Owens is getting there, I think there's some other guys that you should really really consider, and I'm glad my voice seen the light of day, because now from what I've heard, and here's the rumored 2017 list of Hall of Famers. Bobo Brazil, sorry, Bobo Brazil. But from what I was told on the list of Indiana Hall of Fame 2017, Joey Owens, Rob Kincaid, Hillbilly Jed,
Nice.
Baron Von Kane, Insane Wayne, Apollo Star, he deserves it. And your tag team is TVZ, Tom and Troy Van Zant. 7.
2017 Indiana Hall of Famers.
Y'all heard that shit?
That's what I was told. That's the rumor, and it's getting announced. So I'm excited about it, and you know, and the 2018 one I think is going to be special too. You know, it's just I'm very excited. You know, for those guys, and they're so deserving of it, and I'm very honored. You know, thank you. It's very, very humbling. Thank you. So, sorry, I get choked up, you know.
Nah, man, it's okay. That's fucking.
Yeah.
I mean, that's. Congratulations,
Yeah.
seriously, man.
Yeah.
And congratulations to fucking Joey Owens, the homie.
That's my brother, man.
We're gonna fucking get at you one of these times soon. I know you're busy
Finally, we
too.
gonna
my
link
brother.
up eventually.
We're
We've
gonna
been
make that
trying.
happen. We're gonna talk to you
gonna
for
happen.
sure. We're gonna
That's my
sit-
brother, man. That's my brother. That's my
Love
brother.
it. You got. So what do you got? You got anything else?
I was gonna go. Oh yeah. I figured out a way. I've been sitting over here the whole time trying to rack my brain, trying to figure out a way to bring in the Taco Bell question.
Oh wow.
So that's what I'm gonna do. And I figured out a way.
You talk about it all.
So you've been on the road. You're on the road. A lot of
Absolutely.
late nights.
Absolutely.
When you do, what is your number one favorite of all time Taco Bell menu item?
Ooh, Taco Bell menu item. Now, I was a big fan of the burritos with the Frito chips.
Yeah, the hot
Yeah.
burritos.
I love those, but back when I was with Locked and Loaded with Skip Radisson, and there are times I miss Skip Radisson because we would always get Taco Bell sometimes if you could find one that's open, or normally we would get Wendy's if we couldn't find it. Wendy's or like Burger King, because we hated McDonald's. Like hell no, no McDonald's or no. It's like I always was Wendy's or Burger King, mainly Burger King. I like Burger King, you know, but Taco Bell was just fantastic because you could never go wrong with Taco Bell. I like the chicken burritos a lot, or the chicken quesadillas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you got like a terrible payday, and I'm not gonna name promotions because there are a lot, like even back in the day, you know, you wrestled for $20 if that. And sometimes you got that together, you know, in like a tag team, and the blistering ass winner, and I'm not going to say names, and that's why we Blocked and Loaded like wore the ponchos, the pink ponchos, or the fur coats. A lot of people knew that, and people was like, "You guys suck." It's like, yeah, but we fucking stayed warm in the EWF arena in Marion. Sorry, Jason, you understood. There wasn't a lot of money up there in Marion, but Jason tried. He tried. That's why we were tag team champions all the time. Sorry, guys. It wasn't us, but it was just we were there every week. God. Now you guys know why we were like the 8 or 9 time EWF tag team champions. Or just Justin and Nate Phoenix were, because we were there all the time. But back to the Taco Bell story. I think that was one of the ones that was open up there all the time.
I do like
It was the burrito with the Frito chips. That was always my favorite because it was cheap and good.
I got one more that I
Yeah.
just now thought of, which I should have already thought of, slap myself. You're a wrestling fan also.
Yes.
I know I don't mean to put you on the spot and make you
No, absolutely.
favorite match that you've ever seen.
Favorite match.
I guess we can go two ways with that. Your favorite match and then favorite match that you've ever
Okay.
watched.
Favorite match growing up. Oh, this is a hard one.
I know.
When I was a kid, it was. God, don't shoot me. As a kid, it was Ultimate Warrior Hulk Hogan, WrestleMania 6. But then that changed to Ultimate Warrior Randy Savage, WrestleMania 7.
that was a good one.
WrestleMania 6 had me and my dad go to war over.
But when I become in the business, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. Best match of all time.
That's like asking me.
I know. I thought about it as soon as I said it.
I can't even think of a favorite match ever because there's so many great ones. Like that Kurt Angle, Shane McMahon one, dude. Like that was a.
Chris Benoit.
We were just talking about him in matches.
I'm still saying there's a couple. I'm sorry. I'm still liking that WrestleMania 20. Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Chris Benoit. That's a good one.
It was a good match.
There's Chris Jericho, Shawn. There's Bret Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's a good
WrestleMania
one.
13.
If y'all ain't seen that shit, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, what
For
the
real?
fuck?
Go right now and watch it.
There's so many good matches.
There is. I could never pick a greatest match. The first fucking TLC match, dude.
But there's so many good WCW matches too.
Yeah.
Always.
Oh.
I was just telling them Chris Benoit and Raven, Dean Malenko and Chris Jericho.
Oh,
Yeah.
that feud.
Oh,
The where he
dude.
was reading the list. Where he had the list of all his holds
The
that he did.
2004.
Yeah.
That was good
So
shit.
many good ones, man. The Giant with Kevin Nash, that was a good one. I can go on and on. I was sold. I loved it because I would watch Raw and then
Yeah.
immediately watch WCW
that
after
was a
Raw
Monday night.
because it had
Yeah.
Encore. And I was sold on both products, dude. I used to like Disco Inferno, man. I loved that gimmick. It was stupid as fuck, and I loved it. It was funny. I can go on and on about that.
Alright, well, what you want to say?
I'm fucking done, dude. I've asked. He fucks with wrestling, and I've been over here, dude. And I'm.
You gonna ask it again?
No.
Come on, man. Sometimes you
I
ask
already
it
know
like
the
4
answer to that,
times.
though. No, I'm done, dude. I don't got anything
Alright.
else, man. I'm fucking.
So this is the time in the interview where we're totally out of it. It's all you. Anything you want to say, do. Shout out anybody. Let them know again what you got coming up. Anything you want to do, this is all you. So
No, that's it. Just make sure you support Yeah, I can't even talk.
cool.
Make sure you support NWA Circle City Wrestling. Our next show is October 16th, Sunday evening. Event gates open up at 4 o'clock. Free for all begins at 5, and the actual aftershock event begins at 6 o'clock. Then we have Fall Brawl NWA War Games. That's Sunday, November the 27th. And then we have NWA Starcade Super Show beginning at Sunday, Christmas night, December the 25th.
So that's plenty of fucking time. Get ready. Get up in the morning. Open your fucking presents. If your bitch ass has
hell
got
of
some.
Christmas.
And then definitely make sure you fucking check out that because we're gonna be promoting the shit out of that one too because we want a big turnout for that. So Christmas, check it out. October 16th, we're gonna be in the fucking building.
Look for us in the parking lot too. fucking car that looked like some Cheech and Chong shit. Come fuck with Naptown's favorite stoners at 420 before the show.
Rob Kincaid does not support that message.
No, that's strictly what I mentioned.
I am straight edge. But from what I hear, there's some Triple C. I didn't say
Purely
that.
speculation.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Purely speculation.
No, X-Pac likes that. I heard that Sean likes the 420. Yeah.
I think he does. I've heard a few podcasts.
I heard some.
And I've
I
seen
seen
some
the one.
shoot
You heard the
interviews.
one where he rolled the joint when he was talking.
Did he?
Him and Kevin
He had
Nash
to do it off
did
camera, but he told me he did it.
Nash and X-Pac like that. So.
Heard. Well, maybe one day, you never know. We may see.
X-Pac.
Sweet.
Come fuck with Naptown's favorite stoners.
So-
So it'll be a good time.
I'm B the Ninja. That's Rob Kincaid.
Naptown Ninja AJ.
We are What Up Ninja. Make sure you check out this video, subscribe, fucking share, tell everybody What Up Ninja is in the motherfucking house.
And What Up Wrestling is a thing, we promise. We've said it before, and it's definitely a thing. So all you rap fans that are watching this shit, like, what the fuck is he talking about? This is what we talking about. We talking about wrestling. Watch this shit, enjoy. If you made it this far, you already know. And that's what's up, ninjas.
Whoop, whoop.